Long ago, there were 4 great gooning nations. You had the Baby Oil Nation that was ran by Diddy and them. You had the Beast Nation, which is ran by Beast Boy's freaky ass. You had the Goonettes, who was ran by Mantis and Keijo from... So you got the one where the girl with the panty over her face. That one. And then you had the strongest nation, the Black Leg Nation, which is led by Sanji and Issei Hyodo. Now, even though they're gooners, the way that they would goon would be in many different ways. Obviously, some people were just straight up creeps, while others were respectful gooners. Now, one day they all battled out to see who the greatest gooner nation was, and none of the nations really won, and there was somebody that stepped in to stop the war entirely. And you guys may know him by Goonicide. By mastering all of their ways of goonery, he was able to step through, but he wouldn't finish the task, as when he was caught out, he will post-nut clarity caught up to him, and he just didn't make it. So in today's video, I'm going to be going over the strongest people from the war, and that's going to be Black Leg Sanji versus Goonicide. So strap in, because I'm going to get real in depth with this video. If you guys enjoy content like this, you know what to do. Hit that like button and subscribe, as I do post content like this regularly. But okay, not this type of content, but you know what I'm saying. I post like videos regularly, and to be honest, it's a win-win. You guys show me love and support, and I give back to you in the form of videos. There is One Piece, meme culture, or just fiction in general, and do you plan on covering it? So be there when I go there. I feel like that's enough of my rambling. When I get straight into the video, I'll find out who the stronger gooner was between Goonicide and Black Leg Sanji. Now, the rules for this video is going to be very simple. Both of them are going to be in their primes and they're going to be bloodlusted. No allies will be involved in this, since, well, Sanji does have a lot of allies in this verse, but obviously we're not going to bring them in. It's just going to be straight gooner versus gooner. And so now I feel like I've said enough in the rules section, so why don't I move into the scaling. Now, to begin the scaling part of this video, I'm going to be going on for Goonicide. For his AP, we don't know anything about him pre-buff, but obviously we all know about him post-buff, so why not I just talk about him post-buff. I tried to search everywhere for pre-buff Goonicide, but he just wasn't noted down anywhere. He was only mentioned post-buff, so I'm just gonna have to talk about post-buff. Goonicide at Alobu is multiversal, as he's able to use the Goono Ken to a severely high degree. And if you can't tell by the name, the Goono Ken is the Kaioken, but in Gooner form. If you don't know what the Kaioken is, well, it's an ability that allows you to times or multiply your strength at the cost of your body. But I'm pretty sure everybody here should have at least seen a little bit of Dragon Ball, so yeah, you kind of know what it does already. Now, in Dragon Ball, you're able to master the Kaioken through good ki control, and in this instance, it's edge control. And now he can use the Goono Ken to a degree that I don't even know what the exact number is. Now, for his highball, Goonicide is out of versal due to him being able to defy and break the vows set by marriage. His gooning was so powerful that he decided to be unfaithful, and this shows us that he's not bound to any rules that's set by God. As you know, when you're married, you have to obviously put a vow, and God is then meant to slam it down and be like, okay, you cannot break this vow. But as I just said, his gooning was so powerful to the point where he was able to break through it. And so yeah, this allows us to put him out of versal in terms of AP. And so moving on from his AP, we have his speed. And at Alobu, he should actually be MFTO, as in his infamous video, he's actually beating his meat there. And none of us are able to really register it since he's doing it so fast. But this is a very harsh lowball, as his actual speed is infinite due to him having the sacred hand of gooning. Now, this technique is something that can only be studied by the highest tier of gooners, and it gives them indescribable speed. It's theorized he can go even faster than that, but no one truly knows. And so moving on from his speed, we have his durability. Now, it's said that his durability is far weaker than his AP, because the hacks that he used to get out of God's vow doesn't apply to his durability. All it was is just his AP and his overall strength, but not including his durability. Meaning, his durability only goes up to where the Goono Ken can get him, and that's multiversal. And to be exact, low complex multiversal. And the reason we really don't know where his durability can land at is because in the Great Gooner War, he wasn't hit by any moves. He was so fast that, well, most of the moves didn't hit him. And to be honest, it's actually rumored that he never fought any of the leaders, meaning his status may be fugazi, but we're going to get into that in the fight. for right now, we're just going to talk on his durability and everything else, and then when we get into the fight, we're actually going to talk about what happened inside the Great Gooner War. Up next we have his endurance, and there's no secret that Gooners have either amazing endurance or terrible endurance, and Goonicide is the former, as he's able to goon for many weeks straight and is able to fight through the Great Gooner War, so we know that he can last for very long and can possibly take a lot of attacks before going down. Next up is his battle IQ, and Goonicide in this department is definitely at his weakest, as he allows the goon to control him. At a certain point in time, the goon masters always learn to never let the goon control them, and in fact the goon should empower them. Being caught out shouldn't affect your gooning. The strongest of the strong are actually able to take it and be outspoken and proud gooners. But in this department, he falls extremely short, as we all know what happened after he was caught out for being a gooner. Now this is going to be very important, as having a low battle IQ inside of a goon war isn't something that you want to have. So later on, this is going to impact the fight greatly. But with that being said, why don't I move into his hacks section? Goonicide has a plethora of hacks, as he was able to gain damn near every gooner hacks there was. From edging hacks to the ability to fap at the speed of light, public gooning, there's a bunch of things that he gained, but they all mean nothing under the weight of his will, and his will wasn't great enough to be a certified gooner. The reason I'm bringing up his will here is because gooners rely solely on their will to buff them throughout fights, and the gooner abilities that he's gained can only be boosted from that. But I feel like I'm going to save that more for their fight, so why don't I just move into the other hacks that he does have. Now Goonicide does have the family hacks, and I'm not going to show the family in this video since they're most likely good people and I don't want to include them in the video. We're only going to include him, so yeah. But the reason I bring up the family hacks is because it actually allows him to cloak his goonery, and on top of that, it does show us that he does have enough willpower to resist the role of the husband and still be an out-and-out gooner. And lastly, he does have his dash ability, which allows him to get out of any situation without fail, unless there is a phone there. And so with that being said, I feel like I've covered all of the things that I need to cover with Goonicide. So why don't we get into Blackleg Sanji? Now if you're familiar with me in the slightest, you know that I'm a massive Sanji fan, so strap in, because well, we're gonna get really in depth with his stats. First of all, at baseline, Sanji should be around multiversal in terms of AP, as he was able to train people like Issei Hyodo and Jiraiya in terms of goonery. And it's also stated that he was trained by Master Roshi, who was able to briefly fight with Jiren, so yes, that does make him multiversal at bare minimum. Now for Sanji's in quotation marks highballed AP, which is actually his regular AP, it actually comes from Issei Hyodo, who is implied to be able to destroy DXD itself due to some light novel statements and feats, and Sanji was stated to be several times stronger than him in terms of power, as he was their leader, and this allows me to put him at outversal at bare minimum. So moving on, we have his speed, and we all know how fast Sanji is since he's able to just blitz light from top tiers inside of One Piece, and he's also able to fap faster than the universe can perceive, meaning Sanji should be around immeasurable to damn near omnipresent with his speed. Another thing he can do is just move so fast that he turns invisible, so yeah, in terms of speed, Sanji is a demon. For Sanji's durability, we all know that he has an exoskeleton, which means at points, if he's not using his Janbeis, which we'll get into his hack section, Sanji's durability can actually be argued to be above his AP, which means that he has outerversal durability. And so to pair up with his amazing durability, we have his endurance, and Sanji is able to have every bone in his body broken and recover. This means Sanji can technically goon forever, as his regeneration allows him to keep going even if you break all the bones in his body. And another thing I forgot to add is even if you try to cut it off for some reason, it won't work, as he's able to break blades without trying. Sanji is known to last long as well, and there are more things that does tie to his endurance in his hack section, but why not I get into his battle IQ before we go there. In terms of battle IQ, it's no secret that Sanji is a genius. In the Great Gooner War, where he was caught out by the Goonettes, they had people at Balalaika to help them out, and we all know that Balalaika led people in a real war. So to be honest, the fact that he was able to counter Balalaika and get his soldiers out of there when she is an extremely high level war strategist is insane. And so yes, this does solidify Sanji's battle IQ. So with that being said, why not just jump straight into his hack section. Begin, we have Sanji's Janbeis and his Haki. Sanji's Janbeis are based on his emotion / passion, and as we all know, the more he goons or wants to goon, it grows even hotter. Sanji has regular orange flames and then blue flames, but it's theorized that when he's at his max gooning power, he can then use black flames, but that's only a rumor. Nobody's actually seen it, but it's said to be that if it does come out, nobody can survive it. And this does buff his outerversal AP. And so when you then pair it up alongside his Haki, where he has regular arm and Haki where it acts as a shield, and obviously you can use it offensively, you then can see how powerful he can get. Now it's theorized that he does have a mission Haki, but nobody can really put it down and say yeah, he does have it. But nobody's really going to stray away from the topic since, well, it kind of does look like he does have it, but it hasn't been stated or fully shown for us to say yeah, he does have it. And so to pair alongside his arm and Haki, Sanji does have observation Haki, and it's so good to the point where he's able to sense when a woman's tears are dropping, meaning if any woman is in danger, he can immediately appear there and rescue them. Now one thing about Sanji is, even if he is a gooner, and a proud one at that, he sees himself as a gentleman and rejects women and even get an amp when protecting them. We've seen Sanji reject women like Puddin and Black Maria, and then with his amps we've seen it up against Absalam and S-Shark when they decide to hurt Nami or try to just kidnap Nami. And that's one thing about Sanji, he has his gooner abilities on lock, and that's going to be a massive indicator in this battle. Now even though Sanji does have a plethora of other gooner abilities like the nosebleed hacks and whatnot, I do want to talk about his ability to cloak and hide his presence. At the start of Whole Cake Island, Chopper had to go look through Sanji's stash because, well, he needs to help Luffy since Luffy was about to die to some random fish. Now, when he went in there, a bunch of magazines fell out. And this means that Sanji was able to goon on the ship without anybody knowing. And that means that people like Luffy and Zoro and Nami and Robin, who are meant to have keen senses, and especially to this, they weren't able to sense him doing this once. This means that Sanji is able to hide his presence really well, and with that being said, I feel like I should wrap up his section, since if I go any deeper, I may just spoil the fight. So, why don't we get into the fight and see who the stronger gooner is between Goonicide and Blackleg Sanji. Now one thing I do want to make really clear, and one thing that is going to just shape the whole battle, is their wills. While Sanji is a very proud gooner, Goonicide isn't, and when he was caught, well, we all know what happened. Now when Sanji was caught, he kept it pushing and sometimes would even turn it in a positive light for himself. This shows us that Sanji is able to use his gooning abilities to just make himself look stronger and feel better. Now, obviously, they're both creeps, but still, at the exact same time, one is able to own that they're one, and one can't really take that they're one. And as I said before, this will shape the fight as a whole, since Sanji is able to just straight up say, yeah, I'm a gooner, I'm a proud one. And that boosts him. It basically takes his gooner abilities to the next level. And as you can tell by the stats, as I said, Gooner Man doesn't stack up to Sanji. And one thing we do need to cover is he actually never fought any of the head leaders inside the Great Gooner War. He's a fake. Now, although right now he may be getting a lot of traction, realistically, he isn't a top tier gooner. Even after mastering damn near every ability out there, there was still something that the man lacked, and it was just the mentality and the will of a proud gooner, and that is what sets him apart from the greats. Sanji and the rest of them, Issei and whatnot, they'll all be known as the greatest gooners ever. Why? Because they're able to put it out there and be like, yes, I'm a gooner, and what? Well, he shied away. And yeah, I was gonna save this for the ending, but like, I know obviously like things happen and that, but still, the guy is a creep, so I really don't care for him, which is why this video is being made. But yeah, Sanji's level of goonery is just far above this guy's level of goonery. Sanji would completely outblitz him, and just, yeah, their hacks isn't even on the exact same level. Yeah, he does have the marriage hacks where he's able to cloak himself, but I mean shit, Sanji does have invisibility himself. It doesn't really matter. And Sanji is a pirate, so he doesn't really care about his image. He just cares about how he looks to people, well, women mainly, and his crew. So as long as Sanji has those things around, Sanji will forever be the greatest gooner to live. There's a few people that can try to test him, but I don't think it'll be him. But yeah, with that being said, it's a stomp in Sanji's favor, and Sanji will forever be known as the greatest gooner alive. So why not I move into the end of this video? So yeah, to end the video, that's about it. I can't lie, I said to myself I wasn't gonna make another joke video like this until I saw the situation go on, and there was this funny meme where Sanji was actually drawn as the guy, and I was like, there's no way I'm passing up on this opportunity. Like I said when I finished the King Von and Jeff video, that was like a one-off, or maybe I'll do it for like April Fools, but like, really, am I gonna miss this? Oh, yo, I got straight to cooking. I'm gonna make a whole fucking Gooner war, yo. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, since I enjoy making this. All these like little joke videos, I enjoy making them since I don't take them seriously in the slightest. But yeah, I don't want to continuously do these type of videos. I'll only do it if like the situation and everything warrants it, and it's like actually funny. If it's just something that's like meh, I can avoid it, and then yeah. But also condolences to the royal family and the women that were working at that little like restaurant thing. I hope you guys are safe, like genuinely, because creeps like that need to get like exterminated from reality. But yeah, yeah, I said yeah twice. Hey, somebody count how many times I said gooner and okay, goon, side, nah, ning. How many times I said like goon with something at the end of it? Somebody count that up, because in the script I had it way too many times. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. There's not even much to say. This video was funny as hell. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know this is gonna get I'm gonna get the jobless comments, but I love them. They're funny. You guys are funny, man. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I shall see you next time. Thank you for the support, and goodbye.